məmnuniyyətlə mən buram. Dr. Jaidev Singh'ı dəvət etmək istəyirəm. USAID Azərbaycan üzrə missiya direktorudur. Xoş gəlmişsiniz, welcome demək istəyirəm ona. Və təşəkkür edirik ki, o da bugün bizimlədir.
Thank you. I have to be honest before I say anything. I've given lots of speeches here in Azerbaijan. I've been here over 4 years, close to 4 years now. But today I'm overwhelmed and a little nervous because I'm looking at this room full of very strong, wonderful, incredible women. So I don't know what I can tell you that you don't already know. And to be honest, very little. What you have right now is a lot. And all I'm going to just say is express my gratitude to all of you in the room. So I just want to begin with that. So I just want to say thank you to Tatiana for organizing this third She Congress. We, as USAID, are very happy and pleased and honored to support this event. Our mission has been here for 30 years, since the independence. But before I begin, I just want to give a word of thanks to some women that I have come across over the last 4 years of my time in Azerbaijan as a diplomat. I want to start off with Tatiana Khanum for organizing this and for founding the Azerbaijan Business Women Association. But I also want to say thank you to Bahar Khanum and Hijran Khanum. And I said before in a couple of speeches ago in Sumgayit, where this woman, Hijran Khanum, her innovation of creating women resource centers throughout Azerbaijan has revolutionized our support to women in need in these areas and the regions. So we need more people like Bahar Khanum and Hijran Khanum in this country. I also want to support a few other ladies. If you just give me a few seconds to just give their names and what they've done. Leila Mahmudova, who is the deputy chairperson of AKIA, she's promoted women farmers, which is very innovative. Again, working with the women's resource centers. Meruan Zelenova at the Clean World, the shelters. Kubra Alekparova and Sudaba Mahmudova at Tamas. Kamala Agazadeh at Azerbaijan Children's Union. Aitan Ilanova at Together in Healthy Public Union, who have provided much needed social support for women and children in need. But I also want to just say, when we talk about women leaders, I also want to mention Gunil Safarova, who works at the State Agency for NGOs, Narges Madruglu, who is the new president of AmCham. But I also want to say, the unnamed women, we have USAID in the last 4 years invested in women's empowerment, economic empowerment. And I can tell you our statistical information is, it can't go wrong. 9 out of 10 women that we have supported economically through business training and other resources through the WRCs that Hijran Khanum had set up, 9 out of 10 have been successful. That means 9 out of 10, that's 90% of women who have now working in the household have dual incomes. And most of these women have been able to manage the COVID crisis and have made Azerbaijan much more resilient economically at the household level. And that's important to us to know that, as I mentioned in the beginning, where I am today is because of the women around me, and so which is why I want to give back to the women around me as well, to allow them to show me the way into empowering and making things a lot easier and facilitate the growth of both our countries. US and Azerbaijan have a lot to learn together. Both of our countries gave women rights to vote in 1919. I think Azerbaijan was first and became second. I think that's so there's a lot our two countries can learn from each other in terms of women's empowerment. And I think it's a very important part of our foreign policy is to support that. So we see supporting women entrepreneurs as a very key aspect of the private sector. The president of this country has laid out a very bold plan in diversifying the economy. But I think also what he had said in his speech, if you read through it, and with the first vice president, is not only diversifying the economy, is diversifying the workplace. You really have to focus on what other voices can you bring to the table, and women's voices are critical. If it wasn't for women's voices, we would not have WRCs, women's resource centers, and other things that we have today. That we have to, we are making this country a lot stronger and better. So as a USAID and as part of our mission in Azerbaijan, women's empowerment, women's economic empowerment is a big focus because we see that the competitiveness of Azerbaijan is going to come from half the population that is often misunderstood and not given the chances. So we see the women leaders here being an impetus and catalyst in promoting that, that growth. Countries that have women leaders, have women in the economy, a strong part of the economy, are one of the most successful. If you go to Scandinavia, to the United States, to places like Rwanda, for example, Southeast Asia, you see when you see women empowered and successful, this country is more stable and much more prosperous. So I don't want to say too much more. I just want to thank our partners. I think my brother Orkan Mamadov, the head of Kobia, said a lot of good things that we're working. We have an MOU with them. And women's and economic empowerment is a key aspect of our partnership with the Ministry of Agriculture. We're doing a lot of good stuff in this world. But I also just want to say a few things about when we talk about women's economic empowerment. We need to be clear what we mean by that. What we're saying is equal access to and control over resources. Both women and men should have access equally under the law to have whole property and land, including financing, access to knowledge, access to work and productive employment on an equal basis for men. Gender parity is very important, and so pay parity is very important. Equal work for same pay for equal work. I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but I think one of the things in the United States we're working with also is that same issue. So hopefully our partnership, we can work together to change that, make sure that equal work gets the same pay. So I think what we're doing here, our investment in this partnership and friendship with Azerbaijan and the women of Azerbaijan and the people of Azerbaijan is that investing in half the population that needs the impetus and the creativity. Let me give you an example of our creativity. In Masali, which is very conservative, we had this one woman who came to us with a business plan of building a gym. Only for women in Masali. We're like, who's going to come to the gym, right? That woman from one room store now owns the entire first one floor of that building, because women wanted that. They wanted the partnership and friendship of their colleagues that can talk and work out. And we were just amazed by it. Okay, so COVID has made that little difficult, but the fact of the matter is, it took one woman to spark. Now she has competition in Masali. Imagine that. So I think there's a lot. I've been heavily impressed by the women of Azerbaijan. I just think I owe a lot of my success to the women in the room. I just want to say, my colleagues and the embassy, we have Angelina and DJ and others who have come to my mission and really made our mission work a lot more smarter when it comes to looking at women's empowerment, but it's also smarter because we're investing in the future of a country that is on the cusp of greatness. You have won back your lands. You need the women to actually rebuild those lands. So I think we, as part of the U.S. government, I just want to say thank you for inviting me, and just know that we will be here together with you to support the development of the country, development of the women's rights, empowerment. Not that it's a sad thing. So again, as I mentioned to you in the beginning, I don't have a lot to say to you. I just say it very differently and repeat myself. But I just want to say thank you for having me here. I'm very honored and deeply privileged to be here. Thank you.